best kids out of our daytime make it to our after-school program where they're paid.
It's like my first.
Coming up on 25 News at 5, much of the area is under a flash flood watch. I'm Chief Meteorologist Chuck Collins. The potential for heavy rain is on the way.
And a mother surprised by an intruder at home.
And did President Trump make flu shots more effective? 25 News at 5 starts now.
From WEEK, your home team. This is 25 News at 5.
A mother of two says a gun was pointed at her head after she walked in on an active burglary in her own East Bluff home. It is Friday evening, everyone. I'm Tyler Lopez.
And I'm Caitlin Canoe. Thank you for joining us. Lucero Gonzalez says the person behind the barrel was a teenager, no taller than 5'7". A look at what she says happened is tonight's top story.
This all happened about 9:30 last night in the 300 block of East Republic in Peoria. Lucero Gonzalez says her two daughters and her boyfriend had been gone for no more than 15 minutes getting food from a nearby shop. She believes that in that time span, an African-American teenager dressed in all black entered her home through a side window. Lucero says everything seemed normal when they got home, that is, until she walked into her bedroom.
And he walked up to me and pointed a gun at my forehead, and he told me to get back. And then after that, it was kind of a blur.
She says the boy then ran out of the home and into the street, making off with cash and a cell phone. Gonzalez says police were called and her boyfriend tried to chase him, but the lack of street lighting made it impossible to see which direction he went. Tonight at 6, Gonzalez says she is buying for her home to make her and her kids feel safer.
Staying in Peoria, the murder trial of a 14-year-old Peoria boy has now been moved back to adult court. This is the second time in a month. The judge today said Xavion Marks is not naive and was looking for trouble when he was walking around with a handgun. He's facing 2 counts of first-degree murder for the shooting death of 16-year-old Zarias Fair. The case was moved back to juvenile court earlier this month because Marks' attorney said that the young man was facing penalties too stiff for a juvenile, even in adult court. Today, his attorney said that Marks grew up with no male role model and was caught up in a cycle of violence.
But everything that we have seen of Xavion, I argued, indicated that this is somebody who would take advantage, would participate in services if presented. I made the argument. The judge disagreed. I have to respect his finding.
Marks is facing 20 to 40 years behind bars if convicted.
We have some updates to bring you now. An arrest has been made in a stabbing from last night, and the suspect says he was defending himself. Peoria police were able to locate and identify this man, 35-year-old David Stone, who was taken into custody last night. Stone was arrested for investigation of aggravated battery. He's in the Peoria County Jail with bond set now at $40,000. In court today, Stone indicated that he acted in self-defense. Police say the man has collapsed lungs. The victim in this case is in critical condition.
A Bloomington boy remains hospitalized after he was hit by a car on Labor Day. That accident happened at Allen Street and Oakland Avenue. That was September 2nd. WJBC radio reporting that police said the car's driver cooperated with investigators and was not ticketed in the accident.